Hey business owners, how's 2023 looked for you this year? But more importantly, how's 2024 going to look for you next year? I'm just in my office downstairs, but upstairs we've got 30 Project X clients reviewing 2023 and getting ready for 2024. And here's the couple of things that we're figuring out ready for 2024. You see, there's two biggest killers to business. Number one, not enough business. And number two, too much business. So before you bang the gong ready for 2024, think about which one of those categories do you fit in. Now, what we've been tending to find this year, certainly in our group, is this. Most have had too much business. On the back end of COVID and moving forwards this last 2 years, people have been swamped. And the problem is, with getting swamped in business, three things tend to happen. Number one, you haven't got the cash flow to grow the business, so the business grows stalemate with cash and potentially has got the problem of going broke. Number two, the business owner's working far too hard and usually getting fat and not spending enough time mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually working on himself to make sure he's an A-grade player. And the third thing is your family, your friends, your relationships start to really suffer. Typical example would be a guy called, I'm not going to use his real name, so let's call him Sam for this particular exercise. Sam, around 9 years ago, came to one of my workshops and thought, yes, that's great, but I'm not ready for that learning yet. I'm going to put it off for a while. Anyhow, Sam owns a big building company. It was around $2 million, wanted to scale to around 10. He thought, yes, I can get it to at least 5. 3 years later, Sam more or less crawled up my driveway to my actual office, and I was not at this particular office at that particular time. And he says, hey, Wrencher, I should have spoken to you 3 years ago and followed through after that workshop. Where'd he ended up? He'd ended up with a massive business, looked beautiful, it was fantastic, it was doing well apart from dried up with cash flow, margins were all not enough cash flow, he'd put on weight, hated his kids, his wife didn't pretty much like him, and he was having no life. So there's the thing, big problem to too much business without the right controls. So let me pop upstairs and explain what we actually do here at Project X. And now could be something that you could consider in the new year. Here's a quick glimpse of people working on their business in 2024 and what they're actually doing to make themselves successful. These guys are hanging out here to figure out what the 2024 looks like and working on themselves first. Now, it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, what business you actually own. It's about you, your identity. So at Project XU, this is what we do. Number one, we work out how to get the cash, how to get the right cash, how to get the right cash from the right customers with the right margin at the right time to make sure your bank account's nice and fat. This is Elliot. Say hello to Elliot. She's fantastic. She's great. Number two, we got to work out, this is the biggest problem that most people struggle with. A couple of guys out on the balcony here. These guys mastered it. Number two is how to keep hold of the cash, how to make sure you've got your budgets, margins, and cash flow in place so you can actually grow that bank account, not to have a couple of dollars in, to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in. Yes, I'm telling you right. And the most important, once you've figured out those top three things, is how do we grow the cash? How do we put our money into investments? Because your business should do one thing at the end of it. Be able to invest into something. My thing's property, your thing could be stocks and shares. You've got to invest into something that you know will work for you. So let's turn the clock forward. Let's talk about Sam very quickly. 3 years later, he's spending most of his time at his holiday house up in Eildon skiing with his kids. His kids love him. He's got jet skis, boats. He's out of the business completely now thinking, what do I now do? So now trying to find a new passion. But let's call this guy Sam. And his wife thinks he's got a new man. So the good thing about that is he's achieved here working with Project X and the team and me personally, one-on-one and within the group, he's now got, number one, his family in check. Number two, himself in check. And number three, a great business that's actually going to propel him forwards into the next 10 years and potentially make himself a legacy. So if you want to find out how to kick some serious butt, yeah, because a business is about one thing. It's not about what the business will make you. It's about how your business can be the making of you. So if you want to have a fantastic 2024, you want to kick some ass, just remember the best people doing the best things in the world have people around to help, support and coach. You're going to be helped, support and coached by the best community anywhere on the Mornington Peninsula, with its own facilities, own cool hangout that you have access to be able to work with all these crazy people that are all doing fantastic things. Then drop us a line and we'll see how we can help you. Love to you all. Have a great Christmas and look forward to hanging out with some of you in the new year.